Michael, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going awesome. I appreciate you coming on in the group. I wanted to take an opportunity just to kind of share your story and share a bit of your results from the coaching program with our community here because you were a one-year scholarship winner. And I think, what are we, about 6 months in on your coaching journey so far?
Yeah, I don't even know where it is. It seems like I started yesterday. So for me, it's like, oh my God, it's almost coming to an end, and I'm sad. But it's been amazing.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, who are you and what do you do?
Of course, my name is Mike. I actually work for the sewer maintenance division of our town. So I do sewer work. I'm also a volunteer firefighter for the last 20 years. So I do that. And for part-time, I'm actually a barber. Big genre of what I do every day. And I am a dad of two, a soon-to-be 5-year-old and soon-to-be 2-year-old, and a wife of 6 years. So it's been
I love
awesome.
it.
So I'm really busy.
You know what? But that's exactly why I wanted to have this conversation. You're obviously a jack of all trades. You got a lot on your plate. We were just talking about, I can hear, your little one in the background, which is totally cool. I've got, we were just talking, I've got a sick kid at home too right now. And I think it's important to acknowledge that, these are the things that we deal with on a daily basis. And it's very, very reasonable and plausible and necessary for us to learn how to navigate the daily nuances of life, of just being quote unquote busy, right? Because everyone's busy, but
Yes.
learning how to navigate the daily roadblocks that fall in our path with our nutrition and fitness. And so I'd love to hear, like I said, you were a winner of a one-year coaching scholarship, and it sounds like you've really been making great progress. What kind of prompted you? How did you find out about us, and what made you apply for the scholarship in the past?
So basically, it was, I don't know, it was over a year ago, right? I was just like every single person in American, yo-yo dieting, keto, this, that, all that. And I was just starting to get into listening to podcasts. And all I did was put nutrition up, and yours came up. So my wife and I started listening to it on road trips and whatnot. And then I found the Facebook group through the podcast, and then it just went from there. And having a young family, I didn't have the finances to do the coaching, even though I wanted to. But it was nice because that had popped up, and I said, hey, what's there to lose? If I get it, awesome. If not, there's nothing to lose, right? So when I got it, I was ecstatic. It was absolutely amazing. And I actually was just looking at my pictures today because I have to do an updated picture. And November 8th was the last picture because that's when things kind of went on a downhill. Life got busy, but it's been amazing. I mean, for a while, I would walk into work every day and the guys were saying, can you please stop losing weight? Can you stop working out? And it was an awesome feeling. And my confidence has just boomed. And I don't know how to describe it really. And then I noticed a huge difference with my endurance as well. Then I would go to a house fire. And before I was whooped. I mean, I would work out, work, and it was just like doing a full body workout. And I was whooped. And then I was like, man, you're getting old, but doing this with the endurance and Kim's training, I run down the street and I work for 20, 30 minutes straight. And the guys are like, holy cow, who's this guy? So it just kind of motivates me to keep going. So it's been absolutely amazing. So
I love hearing the progress that you're making. I love hearing that it's realistic for you. And I appreciate you sharing all of that. And ultimately, like, we just appreciate you showing up and doing the work. I'm curious, before you started the program, because you mentioned that you kind of were yo-yo dieting and you've done all the things and the keto. Well, like, what were some of the goals that you had in place that you were struggling with?
really just consistency and keeping up with it. I mean, even if I have a bad week on this program, which it happens, right? I mean, people are
Definitely.
real, but I always have something to go back to, right? Every week I can say, okay, I didn't get my macros in, but here's what Kim expects. This is what you guys expect. I get it in. If I get my workouts in, amazing. But I always have that. And I kind of had to come to Jesus almost this week where I know that even if I fall back into a really bad place, I always know where to go back. That's my big thing for me. Like, and hey, these are the steps that got you to this place, which obviously in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going back. I've seen too many of my
Exactly.
friends lose 60, 70 pounds and then just skyrocket up and then some. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I work too hard. I spend time away from the gym well, wait for my family. It's my sacrifice. I have to take care of myself. But for me, it's also time away from them. But I work too hard. I'm not giving that back. Like it can't happen. So, and I'm only
Yeah.
getting older. So, I mean, I'm only 38, but still it's next I know it'll be, my kids will be going to college, which most people
No,
have that.
exactly,
So
man. And you're showing up in a big way and setting a great example for them. And I applaud you for acknowledging that. It's like, listen, I have to prioritize myself. And so by virtue of me taking time out of my day that might be separate from them, so that I can do that, so that I can train, so that I can focus on myself, so that I can get better and reinforce the habits and the skills that I need for long-term success. It's actually me showing up for them in a bigger and better way. And what I'm hearing from you is so much around acknowledging that, like, there are going to be setbacks, like as you're experiencing, as you've experienced, as you will experience, but none of those setbacks are such that you'll end up at ground zero, because you're learning new behaviors and skills, like I said, because you're changing the person that you are, so that even when there are setbacks, you're already so much further than when you started.
yeah, exactly.
So I'm curious, what particularly is it about the program that's been helpful for you relative to what you've done in the past? Like, why is this different?
You have the support. I can text him or you or any of the team. Coach Joey, I've asked him questions. We have the Facebook group. Like there's people to reach out to. You know, if there's a day I'm like, I don't know what to make, and I have these ingredients, I know somebody's going to have an idea, right?
True.
It's just having to be able to reach out and ask. I mean, let's be real. 2 weeks ago, my wife and I were just in a bad spot, just merrily, which is normal, right?
Yeah.
And I told Kim about it, and she had an awesome idea, and I ran with it, and things have been great. You know, it's not just about nutrition. It's not about just working out. It's the whole thing. It's the whole picture, and it's just a support group that is great to have. You can get your answers if you don't know it. You know, we always have the Google machine, but we have the coaches that have all the background as well. So it's been, you can't get it. I mean, I tell all my friends about it. You know, I can't drag them to join, but I like, you got to join. You got to join. All right. Yeah.
You got to be
whatever.
ready.
So, but it's on them. It's not on me. So that's basically it. It's been just the support, you know, and I always like at the end of some of the meetings, you're like, what do you guys need for support? And I'm like, I don't really need anything because I have it, you know? So it's been great.
How has you making changes in your life permeated over into, you know, marriage, the example you're setting for your kids, maybe your work environment? What have you observed there?
We just do a lot more family style meals. I mean, we made it a priority to sit down as a family. We prioritize, you know, meal prepping together. My wife and I will do that. We'll go grocery shopping together as a family. And we try, you know, obviously kids like their junk food, but we always make sure that we're eating all the same food. We're eating healthy. We make enough for dinner and lunch. So it's like, it's just changed kind of our ways of looking at things and food. And, you know, we live in Buffalo, so we love pizza and wings, obviously. So it's been just, you know, we kind of all do it. And then, you know, my wife has gotten better into working out and eating healthier. So it's been great.
And so you're halfway through the program. You said you're kind of dreading the end of the program, but knowing that, you know, the end is in sight. I think a couple questions here. One, I saw you comment in the Facebook group around the fact that, you know, when I was asking whether we should give away 3 months or 6 months of coaching, I think you said, like, it's been 6 months and you feel like you're just getting going. But despite that fact, let's talk to that. And then also, what have your results been over the 6 months, acknowledging that maybe it hasn't gone the way that you hoped?
Well, I think the thing for me is that for result wise, my body, it looks completely different. Obviously, it's not 100% yet, but we're getting there. But I feel just better. I obviously don't sleep any better because it's not anything with the program. It's literally having 2 kids that don't sleep. But that's just beside the point. It's just more confidence, really. I mean, it's been great. I mean, my clothes all fit better. I still need to buy like clothes that fit me, but I just
you've leaned out. You've leaned out a lot, and I'm curious. You know, what have you observed in terms of a change in weight versus a change in body composition, and how has that been different than maybe what you expected to see?
I would say, I leaned out, and from the difference of what I did, obviously, I was probably not even eating enough protein. I mean, I was eating. Like I for a while ago, I had done, like, you know, the paleo. So it was the big thing back then. I had dropped even more weight, but I was definitely not as defined as I am now. And I was killing myself working out 2 hours a day, working out hard. But now, even if I don't work out, you know what I mean? I'm still look the same. And I can just see the difference in my shoulders, my strength. I can push myself a little harder in the gym if I want with lifting heavier. You know, there's days where I don't feel it and I don't do it, but there's other days where I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I'll lift a lot heavier than I ever did before. So that's been awesome. And with the programming, I only doing 3 days a week workouts. Well, you understand it. And most people understand with a busy lifestyle, that's only 3 days that I have to get to the gym so that I can be present for my family. So that's nice too. It's not like I'm like doing a program where I got to do it 7 days a week,
Right.
beach body 7 days a week. There's no way I can do that. Or I just don't feel like it because I'm exhausted, but you want to do it. But this at least gives me the leeway. Like just prime example of today. So I am a captain with the fire department. So I do a lot of training. So I did training this morning. I took the day off. I have the kids today. And then I was asking my wife, I said, hey, can I go to the gym when you get home from work? And she goes, you know what? I'd really like you not to go tonight because I'm going back to train all night long with these guys and gals. So, but now I have the leeway of tomorrow. I know I can go to the gym. I don't have to be at the gym every day. Some people like doing that. I would love to be at the gym, but I have a family and that comes first.
Yep.
So,
and your results aren't contingent on you needing to do unrealistic things around your nutrition nor your training.
Yes. Yeah. And I have the leeway with the dieting, right? Or not dieting, but the eating. I know if I'm going to go eat pizza and wings that I just put it in best as I can. And some days I've gone over, but I always stick to the protein as best as possible. I do have to get my protein up a little bit more, but, and like we said, with the 6-month thing, it took me a while to figure it out. It's not even figuring out the program itself. It's figuring out what works best for me.
Totally.
Protein, food, what protein. I'm a quick grab and go in the morning. I'm not going to make an omelet like some people can do that. I have to be at work at 7 a.m. So I have to figure out what gets me through till lunchtime. So, which I just made a protein shake that I love. So that's my new go-to, so it takes time to learn your body, what you like, what works for you. So that's kind of where I'm at. Obviously, by the end of it, I'm like, I got to get, I want to get leaner, but strength and endurance is number one for me. So my weight hasn't really changed. I started at I was up to 190, 195, depending on whatever. And then right before I started the program, I was doing a little bit of intermittent fasting. So I had dropped some weight. So I would say I lost maybe 10 pounds with it and then kept that kind of off. I got down to as low as 170, but now I'm back up to 180. But that's just because of buffalo life. I mean, we kind of hibernate. It's 10 degrees out, so I'm not going to go. I have a treadmill, but I can't go outside and walk. And that was a huge part with the 10,000 steps. My family and I were going for walks every day. So that was our time for my wife and I to actually talk and have a conversation. So we both cannot wait for warmer weather to start doing that again. That's for sure.
Well, you chose to live in Buffalo, so I don't have any sympathy.
I'm from here.
Hey man, sunshine and rainbows here in Phoenix. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Listen, man, and I want to respect your time, but I'm curious, where do you think you'd be right now if you hadn't had the opportunity to work with us?
Oh, I would still be where I'm at. 190, looking like I did in my starter pictures and just doing what you think works best.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And, what advice would you have for maybe anyone that's on the fence around working with us? And so what would you say to anyone that's considering joining?
Trust the process because it works. It's that the team has what works best. And if you have a busy lifestyle, it really does work. So, I mean, there's a million different methods out there, but this is truly real. You can live this way and keep it going. With keto and all these they're not realistic. Some people can do it, but you're not going to keep consistency with that. And I feel like with this, you're 100%. If I stop tomorrow, I would continue on, keep doing what I've been doing. So it's been great.
That's great, man. We couldn't possibly want anything else for you is just for you to have the tools and the skills and the autonomy to be able to own your own journey and ultimately just continue to move the goalposts to get where you want to be. And like I said, be your own best nutrition detective to know what you need to do to consistently that works best for you and your lifestyle and your busy schedule to continue to move the needle. And so Man, absolutely honored to have you as part of our program. And I appreciate you taking the time to jump on with me and share your journey. I'm excited for you in the next 6 months. And now that I know that, where you're at, I'm definitely going to be pushing you a little bit as well. So let's make
Good.
this
I love
next
it.
6 months pretty impactful and continue
Yeah.
to make great progress, brother. Anything else that you want to add?
No, just thanks for having me. I'm so thrilled I got this opportunity. It's been a real blessing for me and my family. We
Goes
appreciate
both
it.
ways. Goes both ways, my friend. Take care. Keep up the great work. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. We'll see you soon.